starting with the Hangman promo, this has been like the third or fourth week in a row that we've opened the show with Hangman, and I just continue to say that says a lot. You're going a long way to build this guy as the face of this brand. Um, he has done tremendously well in these segments because Dynamite doesn't usually do the talking segments to open the show. They usually
Right.
open with a match.
Hmm.
And I think that he's done such a great job. I mean, that Grand Slam promo is, I think, one of the greatest things of his career so
Yeah.
far. And I think that this was another moment for him that is going to go down really well. Just coming out and making a point of, nope, this means everything to me. I've been telling everybody winning the Owen, winning this belt means everything. And I'm going to show you why. Texas Deathmatch. You can't say no. You can't say that I'm not ready for Texas Deathmatch, and that's why I kind of disagree with Tony because I think he was very much making a point of no, I beat you in a Texas
Hmm.
Deathmatch. You
Yep.
can't puff your chest out at me like you do with everyone else because no, I've been in there with you. We've had big, crazy, violent matches like this, and I've stood toe to toe with you, and I
Right.
won. So, what are you gonna do? You gonna back down, or you gonna get in this match?
Yeah, the way that he's been starting these shows and the fans have been molten every moment that when he comes out, when they see his name on the Tron, when he get just everything surrounding him, the fans are totally all in. I think we've been no pun intended. We've been expecting this stipulation to be added just because it's Texas, it's Hangman, it's a
Mhm.
big moment. His match is the Texas Death Match, so why wouldn't you have it? So to get that this week, to get the fire that he's had coming with these promos and leading into this match has been amazing. On the other side, though, Phil, Jon Moxley, this guy,
He's incredible.
not for nothing. We've talked a lot about what the Death Riders and some of the angles and some of the things that they've done. But this guy is the gimmick. He is Jon Moxley. He is a top guy. He moves like a world champion. He talks like a world champion. He talks like he understands what this all is. He's just great at what he does.
Yeah, yeah, great wrestler. Um, I've been saying it. Him coming out with Marina, he still got it. He
He
still
got it.
feels like a big star. Still has big aura to him. And then he's been getting his shit off in these promos too, man. He
Yes.
came out and he's just like, look, man, I know you keep saying you want to be the guy, but I don't think that you're ready to carry this belt. He dropped another mountain reference as well. I think that he's doing that on purpose to make people think that Hangman can lose this match and Darby might show up and be the guy that beats him. I don't believe you, Mox. I think you're just doing that to add tension, but it's working.
I
I think
fucks with
it's
it though.
it's such a smart choice
It
because
is.
I you shouldn't feel like Darby is completely out of the picture, even though I
Right.
kind of feel like he is.
He better be.
Um, but yeah, I just think that's such a great note to add to this, and I love that when Hangman called his bluff when he left, and he's like, "What are you gonna do? You gonna take this match or no?"
Hmm.
And he did what he did before. The numbers game tried to come out. Yuta comes out. All the guys come out trying to be Hangman, and it did not work. He still stood there tall, like, nope,
Yeah.
that ain't gonna do it. Um,
Hmm.
the just to show you how well this is being executed at this point. At no point was I one of these guys that's been tweeting like maybe we were wrong about the Death Riders
No.
because I do think that a lot of the Death Rider stuff earlier this year wasn't good.
Yes.
The use of the Death Riders in this program has been fantastic though.
Yes. Yes.
And I think two things can be true. I think you can acknowledge that the stuff earlier this year wasn't good,
Didn't like it.
but the stuff with Hangman in particular has been very good. And I think that they work so well with him because he gives people hope. He gives people something to look forward to. People really believe he can win. And it's not like he's just going out there and they're doing the same segments every week where they come down with the numbers and beat him down. No, he's actually standing up to them on his own, like he said he would.
Hmm.
Um, the pop he got for that buckshot lariat on Marina, bro,
Unbelievable.
crazy.
I love just that angle of him doing that, of kind of calling Mox's bluff and being like, what's up? We can, like, one, you're gonna take this match, and two, we can do it right now if you want to. And Mox being like, that's not really what time it is. Let me get my homeboys in here. I love the fact that for this whole build and post Hangman winning the Owen, he's been like, I don't need any help and I don't want any help. And so everybody that's helping him, it's not because he was like, please help me. They're doing it for the great of AEW. They're all following along to what Will Ospreay was saying of like, if we're going to get our company back, we have to have Hangman's back. And so for him to have the ops in his back, on his back, and like have those people helping him also says so much about what Hangman is and who he represents. And so to set that up and Marina be there in the ring and him being like, Mox, you know how I get down. I didn't burn the man's childhood home. Like if you want to take it there, and if you don't think I will take it there, I'm going to show you how I'll take it there. And hitting the buckshot on Marina, who has been a thorn in Hangman's and everybody else's side for so much and needed a comeuppance. Perfect way to do it.
Marina has turned out to be one of my favorite members of the Death Riders throughout this entire thing. Even when the Death Rider segments weren't for me, I still thought that she was incredibly funny because every time she would be the one that's kicking stuff off, like looking around, like, "What are y'all doing?" Like, "Oh, I gotta throw a chair. I'll throw a chair." Like, y'all playing. Like, like she has been jumping up in everybody's face, not backing down to anybody. She picking fights with everybody. Like, yo, what you gonna do? You gonna hit me? Do it. I'm afraid.
Every time she'd come in, they'd be standing around talking, and she's like, "No, I'm about to set it off. Like, it's done."
Yeah, she's been great.
Before we got to that buckshot, I forgot. Your homie Jon Moxley had a little line that got people into a frenzy. He said that he doesn't want to be considered the best in the world. What did he say? Because that's bitch shit, or that's petty bitch shit?
Mm-hmm. I think it was a little double entendre because
what does that mean?
I think it was a double entendre. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a little dig at Punk, but at the same time, that has been the thing to say. It's part of the tagline for this company. We're the best wrestler. He's and so his whole thing is being the antithesis of what this company is celebrating. So he's looking around like, oh, that's what y'all want to do? Just be the best wrestler here? I'm trying to be more than that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That is the tagline. He's like, I don't want to be the best wrestler. I want to be the champion. I want to be better than all y'all, and I want to inspire y'all to try to beat me. Kind of this along the same lines of what Zack Sabre Jr.'s story of like, you guys are talking about the new flag carriers and the future of this company. Like, beat me for this belt and do it then.
And that's kind of the criticism of AEW for a lot of detractors, that it's just a bunch of guys over there that can have good matches, but they're not stars. They're not characters. And so for Mox, as this big, larger than life character as champion, he's been like, nah, I'm bigger than just a good wrestler. That's basic shit.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. That was a great line.
Also a little jabby though.
I know it was a little spicy.
Because there's one fool that be saying he the best in the world, really. You know, it's all good.
It was a little spicy. Hey, he's been throwing some little jabs at him throughout this title run.
I love it.
I
love that energy, baby. Keep it up.
Yeah, I like it.
Now, but Mox's promos recently have been heat. I mean,
he's been cooking though. But that's what he does. He's great at that.
That's what he does.
Also, one of my favorite moments of the night is them trying to get him with the ball chant, and he's just looking around like,
yeah.
Fuck out of here.
I don't care about this. What?
You think I care about that?
I do not care about that. This is Mox looked like this is what I'm talking about. You guys are focused on fucking ball chants, and we're trying to do this for real.
Y'all be worried about the wrong stuff. And you think you're gonna take me off my game with that? Bro, I've been here. I've been to WrestleMania. I've been to All In. I've wrestled all of the guys you think are the best. I wrestled at the Dome. I've been champion all over the world. You think you're gonna get me out of here with some ball chants?
I retired Brian Danielson. You think some fucking ball chants are gonna do it? No.
Yo, stop playing with me, bro. I will keep that belt in this bag over here. Stop playing with me, dog.
Hey, stop playing with him. No, y'all stop playing with him for real.
Y'all will never see this belt again. Quit playing with me.
Y'all better listen to Mox, man. Don't be playing with it. We need that belt out of there. But no, great segment leading into this match. I we're gonna get into Mercedes and Tony talk, and I think it was maybe last week that I was asking. I was like, could that Mercedes and Tony main event All In? And I'm like, the heat that they have for this match, and thinking of the visual of Hangman taking that belt out of that fucking briefcase, like,
it's gonna be one of the biggest moments of the night, bro. One of the
yeah,
biggest moments of the year. Um,
like
yeah,
they're gonna play this footage forever.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, this build has been fantastic so far. Since
Mhm.
Hangman is one Owen, this has been great television. I think it has helped him tremendously. I think it's helped the Death Riders angle, and I think a lot of the characters in that group have come off a lot better since then. Mox feels like even worse of an opponent as this big final boss now.
Mhm.
And this Texas Deathmatch stipulation adds a lot to their match. I'm very curious how they're going to be able to differentiate this from their Revolution match, because that
Me
match was
too.
very good.
I'll
But I
see.
would assume Mox is going to do more desperate things to win. He's not going to be the same Moxley that he was in that match. We're definitely going to see a lot of interference and run-ins.
And that match wasn't for the world championship, so there's a little bit more added stipulation, a little bit more added pressure. There's definitely gonna be plunder, shenanigans, like the Death Rider shit's gonna be on 10, but what happens to counteract it is gonna play such an important role. The talk this week, like you were saying, Mox made the Darby reference.
Mhm.
Darby is kind of a shadow sitting in the distance that we're like, how's he gonna play a role in any of this if he does play a role at all, you know?
Yeah, very
Like, could he
curious.
help? Could he be one of the guys to help Hangman when all this plunder goes on? Like, there's a lot of questions to be answered.